support it, encourage them, provide security for them so that they can reach God's divine destiny for their life. That's how we can show that our faith is alive.
Hey everybody, it's John Lincoln with Crew, and with me I have
KT, Spiritual Advisor for Christian Student Fellowship at Norfolk State.
Yep. Thanks again for joining us for Summer Seeds. We're on episode 4. We're going to be talking about the second half of James chapter 2. As normal, we are only talking about the Summer Seeds, those key points from the passage, so make sure you read the rest of the passage to go more in depth with what James is talking about. Today we only have one seed for you, one main seed, and I'm going to let KT go ahead and explain that for you.
All right, so our summer seed for today is based in James chapter 2, verse 22 and 26. We encourage that you read the entire passage though after you watch the video. So James chapter 2, verse 22 says, "You see that his faith and his actions were working together, and his faith was made complete by what he did." And then verse 26 says, "As the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without deeds or faith without works is dead." So simply today, the summer seed is this. We want to show, or want you all to show, your faith is alive and working. And the way that you do so, James kind of gives us 3 things that you can show that your faith is active, or that is alive and living or breathing. And the 3 things that he shows us is this. We can serve people in need. That's how we show that our faith is alive, by serving people in need, by sacrificing something in our life for God's sake. Also for taking steps towards God's destiny in our life. And then lastly, a way that we can show that our faith is working, that is alive, is by supporting the work of God in other people's life. Again, James uses 2 illustrations of Bible characters, Abraham and Rahab. And you can again read those a little later. But those are the things that we extract from this passage, that again, we serve others in need if they're don't have any clothes, if they're hungry, need a ride somewhere, need some money to get a little lunch, whatever it may be. If they're in need, you want to serve them. And then making sacrifices. You know what it is that God may want you to give up in order to get to where he wants you to be. And start making steps toward that. And then people in your life who may be doing something great, support it, encourage them, provide security for them so that they can reach God's divine destiny for their life. That's how we can show that our faith is alive and working. John, share with us some more things about faith alive.
Yeah, I really like those points. One, that very last point, that we should be supporting others in their walk with Christ, those who are doing things for God, I think is super key, especially for us in our generation. I think sometimes it's very easy for us to be like jealous or not really want to be a part of what somebody else is doing because we want something for ourselves. Right. And so I think that's a very good point. How our faith comes alive is not just through our own deeds and our own things that we're doing, but how we are helping others achieve the things that God wants them to do.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I just want to add one quick thing, one illustration to kind of talk about how our faith comes alive, and how through works, and how the works really show and give evidence of our faith.
Okay.
Right. So for a while, I was a lifeguard. I lifeguarded for a few years. I'm a swim coach now, and so with all that, I had to take lifeguard training, which includes CPR training and first response training. And so what we're trained to do is we come up onto a person, we check to see if they're conscious by tapping their shoulder, see if they're awake. If they're not, the first thing that we do is we check their pulse and their breathing. We want to see if their heart is pumping and their blood's moving, and we want to see if their chest is rising and their lungs are filling up with air. And it's not until we notice that they don't have a pulse and they're not breathing that we start CPR. We start trying to resuscitate them and bring them back to life.
Yeah.
In the same way, I think it's very or it's almost a one-to-one with our faith and our works.
Right.
Where faith is like our breath and like our life, like our blood coursing through our veins.
Right.
And when we aren't working, when we aren't doing anything, when our body's not up and moving, right? We need to check our pulse, right? And the same thing is, if we're not doing works, if we're not doing good deeds, we have to double check to see if we have faith.
That's good.
We need to have someone check our pulse. We need to see if we're actually breathing, to see if we actually truly have faith.
Yeah.
But if we are doing those good deeds and we are working, we don't need to check to see if we have faith. It's evident by the things that we're doing, right? Just like I don't have to ask somebody who's walking on the street, oh, come here, let me check your pulse to see if you're alive.
Right.
Because they're alive. It's clear. We can see that they're moving.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with our faith and in our works. They go hand in hand. But I do want to add one caution to this illustration, and that is sometimes even when we're working, we need to check what our faith is in, right? We need to check to see that our faith is in God, because sometimes we put our faith in other things and our works come from a faith of self-reliance or something else like that.
Yeah, that's good. Good. So again, we encourage you all to show that your faith is alive, that it's breathing, that it's working by serving others, sacrificing and supporting others in their walk with the Lord, so that we know that heartbeat of faith is within you.
So this week's challenge is really going to be about putting our faith, or bringing our faith to life.
Yeah.
To do those works that show evidence of our faith. KT, go ahead and explain what our challenge is this
All right.
week.
So our challenge is simply this: do what I said earlier. Find somebody to serve. Find somebody in need throughout your week. Maybe once a week or even once a day. Find somebody that you can serve. Also, what is it God is calling you to sacrifice so that you can be or go wherever God is calling you to go, or take that step. You know what God wants you to do. Take a step of obedience. That shows that your faith is working. And lastly, if there's someone or an organization that is doing the work of God, provide support to them. Show up to their event. Sow a seed of a monetary seed, money that is. Cash app them. Do something that shows support. Stand up for them. Speak up for them. Advocate. Share their message on Instagram, social media, whatever it is. Provide support to that ministry or to that person so they can be everything that God has called them to be as well. So let's show that our faith is alive by taking some actions that show that we trust in God, and watch God be a blessing or work in other people's lives. That's Summer Seed, episode number 4.
And we
out.